going on? Back again with another video. It's been a minute, man. By the water, found another location, I'm a water sign, the water just, make me feel away. Brings peace to my soul, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people not into, astrology and stuff like that, but I dabble, you know what I'm saying? It's all about knowledge of self. Learning about who you are, where you come from, and, things that can help you have a, better experience here on this earth. So I'm saying it's just information. That's all. Everything is just information. Just the more you know, the more you grow. You know what I'm saying? So I like to study a lot of things, I realized as I was getting older, what happened for me, I started studying hip hop because I was into music. So growing up in the church, I fell in love with the music of the choir and, the instruments. In my spirit, I'm a drummer, you know what I'm saying? I always wanted to play the drums. I got to play a few times at church, but I never was a drummer for the church. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be in the band, but I wanted to play basketball more, I was better at basketball. It came more natural to me, you know? So that was my path, you know what I'm saying, coming up. But as basketball, as I passed through that experience, it was cool. Made it as far as, with the trying out for, college team, and made the team. It got put to the side, so that's how far my career went. So when I got older, playing on, teams in the city and stuff, going to the gym, things of that nature. But, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, I'm just talking about experience, because I know a lot of people have their own experience, and we have our traumas, things that affected us, affect how we think, affect how we make decisions, affect how we move out here. And everything is all about choices, right? We all made our decisions, and where we are today was based off of those decisions. It ain't got nothing to do with racism. It ain't got nothing to do with the devil. It ain't got nothing to do with God. It's all your decisions. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to add all of those things do have a small effect, but the most important thing and the most powerful thing is your decision. So me, as I am now, I try not to blame nobody for my situations. I try not to, because I got to be accountable, because I know what was in front of me, and I decided to do or not do certain things. So everything comes back to me. But here's the next level. I always had faith in God. Growing up, you know what I'm saying? Coming up in the church, they teach you how to pray. Teach you, more traditions, how to not be a horrible person, The 10 Commandments tell you, don't kill, don't steal. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Don't go against nature. They don't say it in that sense, but y'all know the 10 Commandments, but you know what I'm saying? It's a reason why I got this reverence for nature and respect for, the earth and all the elements. Because I understand that's all that's real here. Look at this. What? Y'all can see that. You get away from this shit. We talking about nature. It's a squirrel over here trying to get some. Yeah. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, nature. That's why I have a certain respect for nature, for the sun. You know what I'm saying? Just the earth, you know, water, fire. All these things can build or kill. You know, they have both positive and negative attributes. And, you know what I'm saying? Traits. You know, too much water drown you. You feel me? Too much fire burn you. But just enough fire, you can do alchemy. You can create things. You can, you know, cook food. With enough water, you can hydrate yourself, take a bath, you know, create electricity, you know, all type of stuff. So everything has its polarity. So me understanding that about life helps me have a better experience, you know what I'm saying? Because at the core of it, you know, if we come from God, we also have both sides, you know. Why did God create the devil? You feel me? Did he create the devil to make your life hard? Or did he create the devil to help you grow? Because at the end of the day, you decide which side of yourself you want to give the most energy. For example, just say you having a bad day. Something happened to you. It's your choice whether you want to sit in that anger all day or if you want to do something to switch it up. Some people say it's hard to do. Some people it comes easy to them. Some people stay in a bad mood for a whole hour. Some people stay in a bad mood for 30 minutes. Some people stay in a bad mood for weeks. Some people stay in a bad mood for months. And based off your trauma, your experiences, how you was taught to deal with issues and stuff like that from your parents, your environment, will dictate how you create a new environment. You know what I'm saying? Your habitat. You know what I'm saying? Habitat is based off habits. What type of habits you got? What you doing on a daily basis? How you waking up in the morning? How you going to sleep at night? What you doing between that? Nothing but decision making. You can go to work, chose to get a job, chose to go to work every day, chose to be on time. Or you chose to like say, it is what it is. You just go with the flow. You know? We all programmed, but we're programming ourselves too. We do have a government and forces that dictate what we can and can't do, but still at the end of the day, it's still on you to decide how you want to do this thing. Nobody can force you to do nothing you want to do. Unless they holding your gun to your face or threatening death or harm. It's still a choice. You know what I'm saying? You can choose to be harmed or you can choose to do what they tell you to do. Just think about slavery. Did slavery take away their free will? No. Slavery didn't take away their free will. Slavery still gave you an option to fight or flight, to fight or submit. It's a choice. It's still a choice. I'm not saying slavery was a thing that we chose as people. I'm just saying it was a choice to die, stand on business, or submit to the oppressor. It's choices. From then to now. You know what I'm saying? But you do have certain things that you can't control. To be honest, fear is very powerful. Fear can attract. Fear can repel. Fear can also put you in a frequency of, you know what I'm saying, confusion and depression. You know what I'm saying? Or fear can make you plan better. Fear can make you set up and build better. Set up a better space so you can protect yourself. You feel me? See how polarity has its place in everything? Even your positivity can be taken advantage of. A positive person can be, led to their own destruction. If you're too positive, you be taken advantage of by the dark forces. This is why we gotta find balance. This is why free will is right in the center of that. Free will gives you balance, and it's a gift from God. That's why I said the other day it's also a curse. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully this message is helping somebody, because it's helping me. Understand that all the responsibility relies on me and my faith in the higher power. I believe in myself because I understand myself is connected to all, which is God, whatever you want to call it, universe, Allah, whatever you want to call it, whatever culture you come from, whatever things you decided to attach yourself to, it's your choice. Even choosing what religion you want to be, what spirituality types you want to follow, what type of leaders you want to listen to and let influence you. Like, it's all choices, man. Free will is beautiful. So that's why I say embrace it. And a free thinker is really a person that's confident in their ideals and in their faith. They confident in the information that they're regaining or getting downloaded with, or receiving, or doing the research. They feel confident because they know, or they feel confident because the person that's telling them, they trust them. But what happens when you trust other people, then you get disappointed when you find out, okay, they got their information from somewhere, it didn't just come from them. So that means I can get my information as well from somewhere. I can choose other sources to get it from. I can choose the main source. I can go into meditation. I can come up with these ideas from out of, thin air. I can tap into my ancestor energy. I can be a force as well. So this gives us power, I know this video going all over the place. I kind of wanted to start it. I had a certain message, but I think all of it's connected. Let me try to figure out what I started with. That's where I got it. That's where I wanted to go. So, certain things and certain people that come through your life path, and you see that kind of different from everybody else. They don't do the same thing. They don't, speak politically correct, and we like to call them crazy. I've been called crazy before. I'm pretty sure you have been called crazy before. But if you break down and think about some of the reasons you were called crazy, or uninformed, or or too informed, or looking too much into stuff, or are you looking too deep? Oh man, you going too far, or sometimes going deep is just a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I want to go deeper and get more information, the reason I brought up hip hop, me understanding why I got so infatuated with it. I want to know where it came from. I want to know how it started. Who started this? Who did this? Who came up with this idea? Who decided to put these patterns together and make these beats? Or who decided to rap? And I know all of it comes from somewhere, but the culture itself, how did it become what it became? So I started doing the research. And that led me into wanting to know where religion started. How did we get from here to there? How did all the black people in America start, following Christianity. So I want to know more and more. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos just like everybody else. I went down a deep path, and all of it goes full circle. I understand that every religion has its time period and its purpose. So, in different cultures and places, if you think about it, they all come at the time they were needed. When Islam came, it came at the time it was needed for a certain specific reason. I don't know what the reason is, but whoever came up with it, they had their reasoning. Christianity came in at the time it was supposed to. It just is what it is. I don't want to go too deep into all of the information, but I'm just making a point. So when people call people crazy, that's just that they're exposing their own ignorance and not understanding that, we're not all the same. We don't have to all think the same. If I think that logic is what I will make my decision on based off of facts and data instead of my emotions, that don't make me crazy. That makes me a free thinker. If I don't want to go with the norm or say what everybody else saying or do what everybody else doing, that don't make me crazy. That just makes me an individual that exercises my free will. If I decide to say I don't want to vote, that's a choice. If I decide to say I don't want to vote Democrat, I don't want to vote Republican, still choices. But I'm not crazy for that. I'm not crazy to say I don't want to, participate in rituals and things that put people in a collective consciousness of destruction. If I decide to say I don't want to partake in it, I want to separate myself from that, and I go the other way, that don't make me crazy. It makes me an individual. So they try to clone our mindset, try to clone our behavior. If you don't understand programming and psychological operations, then you'll forever be a victim of these programs. So I just choose another program, Who's to say I'm not being programmed with the information I'm getting? Because it's still coming from somewhere. You feel me? So I just wanted to put that out there. Because I know I'm not crazy. And I know you are not crazy. You're just following the program just as well as I am. My program may be 10% of the population. Your program may be 80. But that's okay. It's not right or wrong, it's just differences. But I know one thing, righteousness will always stand in the center. It will. Because what you think is wrong may be right for me. What I think is wrong for you may be right for you. It's simple. That's where we need to leave it, because the way things are going is starting to cause people to have these conflicts with others. And really, we're not even supposed to be discussing these things with each other. We're not supposed to discuss politics and religion with each other. We're supposed to coexist. We're supposed to be able to live free with your own ideals and your own traditions and feel confident and comfortable doing it. Social media made it so people can have all these comments and responses about other people's lives. And the government feeds into it, y'all. They playing us. They making us go back and forth again. They causing division. And if you don't know that everybody's acting, then you will always be a victim to the psychological operations that's being performed on you. They're playing out a script. They're all getting paid to play a role, no matter who it is, from the top to the bottom. And I don't care who's running the show, because at the end of the day, we know that the forces of darkness are the main controllers of the show. But here's the beautiful part: with free will, you still have a choice to decide whether you want to feed into the dark forces or not. You still have a choice. What I'm trying to say is, don't fall for it, because they want to start a civil war. They want it to start physically, but it's not going to go that far. It's going to stay on the internet, and that's even worse, because your mind is being conflicted. It's all information, y'all. You did not have to risk your life, your whole mind, for something that doesn't even matter. Think about it. What's more important is you and your connection to the source. Coming back to your own power, the energy within you, the Christ energy that's within you. That's what we need to be focused on. As you can see, they playing games. I'm trying not to say names, because I don't want to make people do this thing in their head again. I just want you to think, pay attention. Both sides are playing out a script. The righteous side is in the middle, but you still have to make sense. Good and evil has a face. If you can't tell the difference, then watch my next video. I'll be back. Peace.